while I will use command window. Okay, so one variable I will call here, let's say, or assign here x. Is it visible to all? Screen is, or shall I increase the okay, let's say x, which is equals to any value we can consider here. Okay, so I will just assign here, let's say 85. Okay, so you can see here when I entered this, the command is executed and it went to the workspace. See, you can see its value x, which is equals to 85. Then y, which is equals to, let's say, minus 75. Okay, then z, here what we can do, the addition of these two numbers. Okay, so here you can see in MATLAB, if you the semicolon which is used to, let's say, here we how we created this variable x, okay, which is equals to assign this particular specific value to x variable, we just give one value with equal to sign. Okay, and by terminating this line, we can for terminating specific, let's say if you created some code, so to terminate for that particular line, we can use the semicolon. Okay, so let's say if you don't use semicolon colon, then also it will work, but let's say you have to go line by line. Okay, let's say if you created the first line program, then second line, so in between that we can use semicolon. Okay, so now I will just say v, which is equals to, let's say, sine. Okay, so here I will say sine z. Okay, the value of sine z. Okay, so we can see here, if you I haven't assigned the small z. Okay, so deliberately I'm putting here, it is a case sensitive language. MATLAB is a case sensitive. Here I use the z, which is capital letter, and here I am referring the z, which is the small one. So it is the case sensitive. Even it will correct you for some extent. Let's say I will show you some example. Let's say if you forget some sign, let's say 4 into 5. Okay, it is fine. 20. Let's say if I will not put any in between any operation, let's say multiplication, arithmetic operator, let's say, so it will say there is something missing. Okay, so it will say something missing, or you have to modify it. Okay, so when I just use this, now it is correct. Okay, so let's resume the earlier. So I want to put here capital Z, v, which is equals to z. Okay, now just put a command which is whose. Okay, so the table already we saw the variable names with the respective size, it occupied by it, and the respective class. We can see here double. Okay, so for that we used whose kind of command, whose command. Okay, whatever variable saved in the workspace, that we can see here using this command. Okay, so one thing you can observe here, if I don't assign any variable, okay, so by default it went to variable answer. Okay, by default it went to the variable answer. Let's say if whatever, let's say I will just put some more example here. Okay, and it is the earlier value which let's say one operation we perform, let's say 75 divided by 85. So the answer was the particular result of that operation, which is 0.8824, and it's saved that by default variable answer. Now when I go for the next operation, so the it will take the new value. Okay, so anyways we will see. Okay, so whatever, if you don't assign any variable, so by default it goes to the answer variable.